Mason Potts, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Kraft Heinz company stock project that I'm doing. My name is Mason Potts, and we're going to start here right now. Just going a brief overview, we're going to be talking about the background on Kraft Heinz stock company, how I made my calculations and the speculations that I did that I was able to get my findings from. Also answering the question, is now a good time to buy Kraft Heinz stock or not? And then finally, my conclusion, which I'll wrap everything up with. Okay, so a brief background. Kraft Heinz is an American food company which was formed by the merger of Kraft Foods Group and Heinz in 2015. That was a big move, knowing many factors that came into it. A lot of the corporations involved had to fire many people, so there was a big shift in that, so that kind of was worrisome to many, but they are a stable company, which is a good fact to them. The company is focused on 13 different products that they provide, so they're very diverse, but their main concentrations are within those 13 food products. They're the third largest food and beverage company in North America and the fifth largest in the world, so they're definitely a top competitor and an obvious name brand for sure. And just a kind of a quick fact on the actual company is that on the day of the merger, the stock price was $82.08, but as of today, it is $60.97. That kind of gives you some idea of how things have been going since the merger has taken place. So on to my calculations and speculations. So looking through Kraft Heinz's many files that they have, honestly, there's not many reports on this current quarter's revenues and different statistics in that sense. So a lot of my calculations uh, were based on the previous quarter of 2017, quarter four. So a lot of my findings were not probably going to be exact, but I'm hoping that not much has changed and that what little leeway that I put into the calculation is going to come out right. So one area I looked at was examining the quarterly dividend that was put through, and on that dividend payout, I saw in the past that there were 0.625 was the dividend payout ratio that they were sending out to their stockholders within the past few quarters. So I then took that and just used that finding that stat for the entire year. So my idea is that they're going to be using 0.625 for at least the next 2 quarters from my speculations. And then one other statistic that I was using is was the book value per share. So I found that using mostly 2017 quarter four's information, finding the stockholders' equity and the number of common shares. And as you see there, I got my findings to 54 and 12 hundredths, and as I said, it was largely from the previous quarter. So I'm thinking that it's going to be relatively close, but it might be slightly off. Answering the question, is now a good time to buy? So looking at Kraft over the past 4 months, there is a definite decline in stock price, which is kind of worrisome when you look at it that way. Not to be bearish or bullish on it, it's just the fact that it's been declining, so that's not a good thing. And over the past year, there has been that decline as well, so they've been in constant decline more or less since the merger. But I mean, looking at speculations from previous value lines and different analysts observing it, honestly, many are saying that those who are looking to invest long term should be considering this company, since there are clear signs that there will be gains to be made, but it just might not happen right now in the short run. So bottom line is, if someone's looking for a short-term stock, this doesn't seem to be the stock to purchase. But for those that are thinking more long-term, I'd say this is something to consider for sure. So in conclusion, Kraft Heinz is a recently emerged food and beverage company that occurred in 2015. It's the fifth largest in the world, so definitely a large company. And through my calculations, the best that I feel I did a well-made 2018 quarter one value line, and so I guess we'll see how that goes. And answering that question, is now a good time to buy? Like I said, it's more on whether you're wanting long-term or short-term investing, so that's something to consider. And yes, so that concludes my presentation, and so thank you very much and have a nice evening.